So we're going to do some hip action today, everybody's favorite. So if you want to start in reclined butterfly, you can make your way there. But if you really like to start in, Sukhasana, easy pose, you can start there. Another kind of way to open up the hips at the beginning of your practice is you can stack, and this isn't accessible to everybody, but you can bring your ankle on top of your knee and your knee on top of that bottom ankle. But then you just have to switch part ways. So I think it's kind of nice to either just start in Siddhasana or reclined butterfly. But so however you start, maybe just send some breaths to your hips. And let's settle into our space. Let's calm the breath that we create, our breathing. On days where it's really windy, it can sometimes aggravate our mind. We might feel irritable or anxious. So sometimes it's helpful to come back to our own breath and feel that steadiness within. And maybe even think about, with the breath, bringing in some heaviness, not like dullness, but some weight to ground. Just visualizing that. And as you draw that breath in, feeling it ground into the hips and any points of contact on the floor. Now let's bring our awareness to anything that elevates your spirit. So Patanjali is instructing us on ways to keep our minds still. And one tool that he gives us is to think of anything that brings us joy and to focus on that thing. So throughout our practice today, if our mind begins to wander to what we're doing this afternoon, what we're doing when we log off, just bring it back to that one thing. We're just redirecting our mind. Think of it like when you're walking your dog and your dog sees a dog across the street. You need to redirect the attention to stay focused on your side of the street. It's that same thing. Just redirecting our focus to that thing that brings us joy. Over and over and over again. If you're not in reclined butterfly yet, make your way down into reclined butterfly, your soles of your feet together. Now they could be just the heels of the feet together, knees dropped out to the side, or maybe the entire bottom of the foot together. Knees open out. Let the knees be heavy, and we'll inhale and reach our arms overhead and lie with our arms above the head. Backs of the hands to the ground. Feet together, knees to the side. Notice the shoulder blades on the floor, the backs of the hands on the ground. And exhale. Let's breathe in. We'll exhale, bring our arms to our sides. The palms are on the ground, hands are at the side. Now bring the knees together and extend the legs to the sky. Kind of shimmy those hips down, the low back to the ground. So your spine feels nice and long. Let the legs drop out to the side, the feet open to the side. And then maybe draw the feet towards the bottom of the mat. And then the ankles kind of meet. And then draw the legs back towards kind of over the chest so the feet are over the heart. Yeah, and let the legs come out to the side. Sweep them around in a circle. Toes point towards the end of the mat. Notice your lower abs maybe getting some work. Toes come together, feet are side by side, and then draw them back up above the heart. Let the feet drop out to the side, circle them around pointing towards the bottom of the mat. Ankles meet, feet meet, draw them back over the heart. Yeah, we're gonna reverse directions now. So with feet kind of side by side, lower them down at an angle towards the bottom of your mat. Now bring the feet apart, circle them out to the side, and then bring them together so the feet meet above the heart. And then lower down towards the bottom of the mat, circle out to the side, and then draw them together. And now maybe you let your feet just fall out to the side, legs open out to the side, or maybe you want to do that one more time, lowering the heels kind of towards the bottom of the mat, bring them out to the side, sweep them together. Really nice. And now once you get there, let the feet drop out to the side. And let's let them be heavy. Imagine there were kind of weights on the sides of the knees, opening up your feet, the pinky edge towards the floor. And if you want, you can place your hands on the inside of your thighs or on the inside of your knees, add a little more weight. Breathe in. And now let's exhale, draw the feet together towards the sky, then lower the feet to the ground. So soles of the feet are on the earth. Maybe you wiggle the hips so the low back is on the ground now. And let's do some bridge flows. So get your feet that feel right in the spot for your bridge. And then on an exhale, press the glutes through the hips, lift the hips to the sky. Let's pause there, shimmy the shoulders underneath the chest. And we're just gonna breathe a couple rounds of breath. Pressing the feet into the floor. Notice the backs of the legs, those hamstrings are active. Maybe close the eyes. Breathing in and out. On your next inhale, lower the hips. Pause at the bottom. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, drive the glutes up, pressing the feet into the ground. We'll be here for a couple rounds of breath. Breathing in and out. Really pressing those glutes through the hips. Then on an inhale, lower down. And then exhale, bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop out to the side. Recline butterfly again. Let the heart settle. Maybe the heart rate elevated just a little with the bridge flow and the breath. And then we'll exhale, roll over to one side. Let's make our way up to tabletop. Yeah, and when you get to tabletop, maybe move through just a couple cat-cows on your own. Maybe they're kind of micro cat-cows. Maybe they're a little bit more exaggerated, but just gonna move that low spine. And then find a still, flat back. And in that stillness, let's ground the hands, ground that left knee. Now lift the left or the right knee out to the side. And then bring that knee back in. Now try to tilt the pelvis so the low back isn't rounded, but it's kind of in the middle of that cat and that cow back. And now inhale, lift the right knee out to the side. And now bring that right knee in and extend that leg long behind us. Yep, and then draw the knee in, and then the right knee comes out to the side. And now draw it in, inhale, extend it long. Exhale, draw it in, inhale, bring it out to the side. Exhale in, inhale, it comes long behind us. We'll just do that a couple more times. So knee comes in, exhale, inhale, the right knee comes out to the side, and then draw it in, exhale, inhale it long. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, the leg comes out to the side. Let's pause there. If you want, you can extend that leg long, or you can keep the leg bent. Breathe in. And then exhale, lower that knee down. Let's sit back on our heels for child's pose, or maybe sink into the heart in puppy pose, giving a rest to the arms, a rest to those hips, lengthening the spine. And then exhale, let's come right back up to tabletop. And we're gonna do that on this other side. So feel that space in the spine that we just created in our puppy or our child's pose. Find that pelvis tucked, and then we'll exhale to bring that knee out to the, or inhale, knee out to the side. Exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, extend it long behind us. Exhale, draw the knees side by side. Inhale out to the side. Exhale in, inhale behind you. And then do that at your own pace. We exhale to bring the knee in to meet the other knee. Inhale out to the side or behind us. Opening up the hips and those side glutes to the side body. Now one more time to extend it behind you and out to the side. And then we'll meet with our knees side by side. With our knees side by side, let's bring them mat distance apart and then walk the hands forward for a wide-legged heart-melting pose. Let's inhale and exhale. And inhale. Now exhale, roll forward onto the stomach. Extend the left leg long. Bring the right knee just out to the side. And then come into Sphinx with that knee out to the side. Let's breathe in. And breathe out. The elbows would be under the shoulders. Pull those elbows towards the hips. That right knee out to the side. Maybe it's in line with the hip or might be a little bit lower. And we'll breathe here for a couple breaths. So it might be something like this. Breathe in. Now let's exhale. Bring that right leg in straight. Lower down onto your chest. Bring the knee or the arms forward. Lower down the forehead just for a breath. And now from here, with our arms out long in front, bring them out to the side like a Y and lift the heart just a little bit. Press the hands into the floor. This is a variation of our seal pose. And now bring that left knee out to the side. Might not come as high as the other one. And maybe this doesn't feel great on the low back, and maybe you want to come into Sphinx. So you can kind of explore if you want your arms, your palms on the ground and your arms kind of locked, or if you want to bend for Sphinx with your knee out to the side. Breathe in and out. One more breath in. Now exhale, lower down the stomach just a little bit. Bring that left leg long. Now let's curl the toes. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. And let's find our forearm plank. Lifting up our hips. The heels reach back. The crown of the head is forward. And the shoulders also shine forward. They're not, when our scapula isn't dipping down, it's lifted up. Let's breathe in. And now exhale, lower down the knees. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Step the right foot forward. And then bring the left foot onto the ball of the foot. Lower down that heel and turn the foot out. Let's rise up and find our warrior two. That right leg is bent. That left foot is back. Maybe you open up the arms wide. Yeah, or maybe you have them on your hips. Wherever you're at, find that stability in the foot. And now let's just bring some movement in. We're gonna straighten that front leg and then bend. And just do that a couple times. We inhale to straighten and exhale to bend. We bring some awareness to that right hip socket. Maybe to that hip flexor in the left leg. Just opening and closing that right knee. Yeah. And now let's exhale to bend that knee and bring the right elbow on top of that right thigh. And lift the left arm to sky. Maybe you bring your thumb and index finger together in your mudra. And then maybe that left hand comes behind the back towards that right hip crease, or just the sacrum on the low back. Breathe in. Now exhale, bring the left hand to sky. Let's release that right arm so there's no bend. It just comes long on the inside of that leg. And now let's straighten that leg. We're in Trikonasana. That front leg straightens. And now bend that front leg. Extended side angle pose. And then inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Moving in and out of our triangle to our side angle pose. And maybe you want to stay in triangle for a breath or two. Maybe you want to stay in extended side angle. Or maybe you want to move breath for breath. Now 2 more breaths wherever you're at. And let's meet in triangle pose. That front leg straight, arms reaching up and down. Now exhale, bring that left hand to meet the right. Pivot onto the ball, that left foot, kind of like what we do in our moon salutation. Bend that front leg, frame the foot, step the left foot forward just a little bit, and now straighten both legs and we're in pyramid pose. Let's bow over that extended leg, that front leg. You can bend that knee as much as you need to and resting hands on the thighs, or maybe it's straighter and the arms are down. Let's breathe in and out. Exhale and inhale. Now let's exhale, bend that front knee. Bring our weight into that right foot. Now rise up, out, and up into our Virabhadrasana 3. That left leg pointing back. Heel reaching for the back, the foot is flexed. Now bring that left knee to meet the right. Bend that right leg as much as you need to find stability there. And now bring that left knee out to the side, just like we did in our tabletop. Now bring the left knee in to meet the right and extend the leg back. Bend the knees meet, and exhale, lift that left knee out to the side. Bring the knee to meet. Inhale, the leg goes long. Exhale, draw the knee in. And then inhale, the knee comes out to the side. Let's pause there. Then exhale, bring the knees to meet. And now lower that left foot. Bend the knees and rise up to stand. Nice job. Exhale, hands to the heart. Breathe in. And now exhale, step the left foot back, pivot both feet to the long edge. Nice job. Bend the knees a little bit, maybe kind of sway side to side to bend the knees, open the hips, and then we'll inhale to find our extended mountain pose. Nice. Inhale, arms come above the head. Exhale, reach side to side, lengthening through the arms. And now pivot the left foot towards the short edge, bend that knee, finding Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. Really ground the side of that right foot, that pinky edge. Ground the left foot. Feel some expansion between the hips. That might sound weird, but like as you reach that right leg down, that femur not pops out, but kind of stretches out, creating space in the hips. So let's breathe in. And then exhale, rest that left elbow on top of the thigh, the right arm comes up. Maybe you find your mudra, index and thumb together. And then if you want, bring that right arm behind you. The hand finds that left hip or the left hip crease, or press it onto that low spine, that low back. Inhale. Exhale. Little heart opener. And then we'll inhale to bring that right arm up. And now reach the left arm down. Rest, taking it off of the leg so it's no longer resting there. And then we'll inhale to straighten. And then exhale to bend. And then go ahead and just move in and out of your mount or your trikonasana to your extended side angle. Maybe you stay static for a couple breaths. Or again, maybe you move breath for breath. One breath per movement. Whatever supports you in grounding, whatever supports you in what you need for the rest of your day. Nice job. And next time you're in Trikonasana with arms extended, leg long, pause there in Trikonasana. Inhale. Exhale, sweep that right hand down and meet the left. Bend the left knee, now pivot onto the ball of the right foot. Kind of lean forward. You can bring the hands down to bring that right foot up. And lower the right heel down, straighten that front leg. And maybe you surrender and bow over that straight front leg. Maybe you bend it just a little bit. Rest the hands on the thigh. Folding in your expression of Parsvottanasana. Opening up the back of the leg. Exhale. One more breath in. And then we'll exhale, shift the weight into that front foot, that left foot grounds, and then exhale to rise up into Virabhadrasana 3. Find your stability. I've got a wall beside me. That's always kind of nice to know that it's there. When you're ready, exhale to draw that right knee in. And inhale, that right knee comes out to the side. And then exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, it extends back. The leg can be as low or as high as feels right for you. We exhale to bring the knee in. Inhale to the side. Exhale, the knee comes in. Inhale, it goes back. So now move at your own pace. Maybe 2 more rounds of our hip openers here. Now, next time that knee comes in, pause there. Lower down the hands to the ground and just step that right foot to meet the left. And let's hang in our Uttanasana. Maybe sway side to side. Letting that left back of the leg kind of chill a little bit. Relax. And then exhale, bring the hands down. Let's step our feet back one at a time, finding plank pose. And then lowering down the knees. Tops of the feet come down to the earth. Let's bend the elbows, lower that nose to the ground, and then press it up. And then sit back for child's pose just for a breath. Exhale, roll it forward, bend the elbows, lower the heart and the chin. Press up, exhale, lower back to child's pose. Rise up, bend the elbows, lower down, chest and chin to the ground, press up and back, child's pose. And then roll it forward one last time. Let's pause at the bottom, bending the elbows, chin and chest, hover. Pause here, breathe in. And now exhale, lower down the belly, lower down the tops of the legs. And then exhale, elbows down, forearms down. And then let's find our Sphinx pose. Pull those elbows towards the hips and the hips towards the elbows and feel the heart lift just a little bit. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Now exhale, lower everything down. Maybe bring the hands under the forehead like a pillow. Then bring the heels of the feet, the soles of the feet to the sky, and just let the feet fall to the right and to the left. A little massage on the fronts of the legs and also kind of moving around that hip socket again. Nice job, guys. Now bring the feet to the middle, lower down the legs, maybe bring the feet mat distance apart. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders, press it up and back. Now come to the knees, but step the right foot forward. Let the right knee drop out. You can keep that left knee lowered. Or maybe you lift the knee and find your variation of lizard. Some people, myself included, just depending on the day, maybe you want to bring the right hand to the knee. You lower that left hip down as if there were a weight on it. Sometimes it's nice to just have both hands on the ground, that left knee lowered. Or on the forearms. There's lots of ways to make this your own. So find what feels good for you. And if nothing does feel good, just come in a low lunge. And then exhale, bring the foot to the ground, walk the hands back. Kind of straighten that front leg, finding our half splits for just a breath. And then exhale, bend that knee. Let's sweep that leg back. So we're in tabletop again. Maybe sway the hips side to side. And then bring the left foot forward. Bring that right knee back. It's wherever you want it. Drop the left knee out. Maybe you lift that knee, but find your lizard on the other side. If your mind wanders as we have stillness, bring it back to that one thing, redirecting our focus. Let's exhale to come out of our lizard, bringing the sole of the foot down. We'll rock back on that right knee, straightening that left leg. Just a breath. And then exhale, sweep the knees back to meet. And let's find a seated position. When you get to seated, extend the left leg long. And then draw that right knee up to the chest, and then swing the left foot out, or the right foot, sorry. Find the left hand on the right foot, right hand on the knee, and you can cradle the baby and like rock back and forth, opening the hip, or maybe you bring that right foot into the left elbow crease and rock side to side. Maybe you make some circles with the hip. Again, just kind of whatever feels good for your hips today. Sometimes I bring the hand behind me. I really drop the knee out to the side, roll back. I just want to bring some mobility to the hips here. One more breath. Now let's exhale. Let that left or that right foot come forward and down. And ground the sits bone and sit up nice and tall on an inhale. Interlace the hands on the shin, roll the shoulders back and down. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. And then we'll exhale, twist that right heart towards the right. The right hand can come behind you or can stay on the knee. Just a seated twist. Breathing into the low back, mid back, and upper back for the next couple breaths. Now exhale, bring the heart back towards the front. Extend the right leg long. You can thunder fly it out if you want. And then we'll set up for our cradle the baby on the other side. So bring the left foot in. Drop the left knee out to the side. And then the right hand finds the foot. The left elbow crease finds the knee. Or maybe you have the foot in the elbow crease and the hand behind you. Just move that hip however feels right after we got some mobility and movement in there this morning. You might also find that if you bring your left hand behind you and kind of rock side to side, it massages that glute a little bit. So there's lots of trixies in this one. Now let's exhale. Bring that left knee to the ground. The left knee comes to the middle. Interlace the hands on the knee. Flex the right foot. Breathe in to stand nice and tall. You got it. And then exhale to twist. Be closing our eyes in our twist. Just breathing in and out. And now exhale, bring the heart back to the middle, shining towards that foot. Extend the leg long. Thunder thigh the thighs out, the legs out if you need to. And then when you're ready, maybe bending the knees, heels to the ground. And then we can exhale to lower back with intention, as controlled as we can, lowering down to the back. Maybe sweep the arms up overhead, lengthening out the fingertips, send the legs long, point the toes. And then find your shavasana. Maybe you bring the feet together. Maybe you bring the soles of the feet to the ground and let the knees fall into each other. Let the heart beat slow as we close our eyes and let our body just absorb the benefits of all the movement, all the breath, and the mindfulness of our practice. Maybe as you breathe, you add a little weight or depth to your breath to ground. Maybe you add a little lightness to the breath to perhaps invigorate or get you moving. Let's breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you like. I notice that when I practice on my own, I don't ever want to leave Shavasana. So if you ever want to stay longer than our closing chant together, you're welcome to, of course. If you want to roll up to a seat, do so. And maybe bring hands to heart or in your lap or wherever is going to support you in finding some stillness in your seat. Let's exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namaste.